Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to share with you my right-hand drawer of my desk. I have all of my makeup basically in the two drawers of my desk, and we have gone through the left-hand side already. So I have a couple of videos posted on my channel that goes through all of those eye products. And I wanted to go ahead and make a video for this one. I think I'm going to break it down into two videos so that we are not here for an hour. But I want to show you all of my face base products. So it's going to be my foundations and powders, my primers that we're going to go ahead and talk about first. So we're going to get through these sections of the desk drawer, and then finally we will get through the blushes, bronzers, and highlights in a second video. So I hope you will stay tuned to watch that as well. Make sure you subscribe so you can see my full collection. I do have some random lip products over here as well, and I think my very last collection video is going to be to go through some of the odds and ends that I have on display, and the final remaining lip products that I have in my collection. So that will be the final installment. Let's go ahead though and dive into the face products. I have essentially three main foundations that I am wearing these days. One of them is this. It is the BH Cosmetics BH Studio Pro HD foundation. I've talked this one to death because I really do love it. It's in the shade 103 and it's perfect. It's just such a comfortable foundation to wear, and it really is sort of a medium coverage, just skin perfecting look. It's very lightweight and natural. And then I have another product over here, which is my Annabelle Skin True Natural Lightweight Makeup. I have this one in the shade Natural Ivory, and I think these are really similar in texture. So basically I'm using this one up, and then I'm going to switch over to this one. Annabelle is a Canadian brand, so if you can't find it in the US, I would double check like Amazon to see if you could find it there, but it's a really affordable drugstore brand that is also cruelty-free. They're owned by the company Marcel, which is their parent company, and they are cruelty-free. The other product that I have that I've talked to death on my channel is this foundation by e.l.f. It is their acne fighting foundation. I have it in the shade Porcelain. This is my full coverage foundation. I really like this one, but I have been just feeling not so full coverage lately. I've wanted something more lightweight. When I do want to go full coverage, this is the guy that I reach for. For primers, I have just a couple. I have the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. This one is amazing. It's so affordable. It really does smooth the skin. It fills in the pores and just makes a really nice canvas for your makeup to stick to. And I do think it helps my makeup stay on longer. Another great one, which is mainly a pore filler, is this one from Pixi by Petra. It's their Flawless and Poreless Primer. This one functions a lot like Benefit Porefessional, but this is a nice cruelty-free drugstore brand. The last primer that I keep in here is actually just clear organic aloe vera gel, and I use this whenever my skin is feeling sensitive and I want just a moisturizing sort of protective layer on my skin before I apply makeup. I'll use that. For concealers, I have been using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm trying to use this bad boy up, and I think it might never happen because I only need the tiniest amount. My favorite way to use it, though, is with a little bit of eye serum. I have just this sample from Pure Lise. It is their Blue Lotus 4-in-1 Eye Adore Serum, and it works great just to thin this out just enough so that it will work on my under eye but still give me that great coverage. This is another one that is a Canadian brand. It's from Lise Watier, and it is their Age Control Filler Concealer. It's one of those twist-up ones that has a little brush tip end, and I'm really enjoying that one. I have it in the shade Claire. I feel like it's probably almost gone, but with this type of packaging, I can't really tell. So one day it will just be out. Another concealer that I have is this cream concealer by The Balm. This is their Time Balm concealer. I have it in the shade Light. I had to repot it and put it in a different container because mine cracked. So I just spatulaed that bad boy out and put it in here so that I can continue using it. It's really creamy. For me, the shade Light is like a skin tone match, so it's not terribly brightening, but it gives great under eye coverage, and you can use it on spots and things like that as well for concealing. My favorite to conceal spots and scars, though, is this Camouflage Cream by Kryolan. I have mine in the shade D2W, and they have a pretty extensive color range, so I would highly recommend looking at their chart before you buy. You want to know your undertones and all of that before you purchase it, but I got this one from friendsbeauty.com. I also have a sample size of the Cover FX custom cover drops. I have mine in N30, which is just a bit darker than my skin tone, but I find that that works really well actually for just applying to a primer or a moisturizer. In the back here, I have a mineral foundation. I really like this. It's a decent color match for me. It's maybe a little bit light right now. It's a light 2N. It's the semi-matte base from Everyday Minerals. They make one for completely matte for more oily skin, and they make a jojoba base for dry skin. So I think that's really great that you get some variety for your skin type. But this is really good, solid coverage. I just find that I love liquid foundation better, so I don't reach for this a bunch. I may even see if maybe my mom would like it because I think she uses more of a powder foundation. So I might pass it on to her, but it's not because it's not an incredibly good product. It is. It's just not my preferred method of foundation. When I do use it though, I find that it works best with this Jane Iredale flocked sponge because it is so soft and velvety, it just blends it out like a dream. The last foundation that I have is Time Balm Foundation. This is also in the shade Light, and so it's really similar to the concealer. I even may want to do a video on like how different these really are. I might try to multitask these and see if they work exactly the same because they kind of feel that way to me. This one might be just a little bit more balmy, so I would stay away from this if you have oily skin, but if you have any realm of dry skin to normal skin. I have combo skin actually, so with enough primer and setting this properly in my T-zone, it does work for me, but it definitely works on my drier areas best. Also back here, I just have some of these like beauty wedges, the latex-free cosmetic wedges. Because I am lazy, I do not like to wet a beauty blender every day. I just don't. So what I tend to do is just tear off one of those and I'll spritz it with some setting spray, and that is good enough for me. It blends beautifully, and I often use a blush to blend my foundation as well. Did I say blush? Because I meant brush. Okay. And then I also have powders. So I use this array of powders for my face makeup application. First of all, I have this one by Catrice. It's the Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder. It says it's waterproof, it's transparent. I have used this one out of my collection probably the least. I think it's the newest. It does set nicely, especially the under eye, but I do get some oil breakthrough on this. So I wouldn't say, I don't know what waterproof even means in terms of a powder. Like, how can it be waterproof? I don't know. But it doesn't keep my oil from popping through, but it is a really nice lightweight powder. So if you have not so oily skin, you might want to check it out. This is the Besame Brightening Vanilla Rose Powder, and I have it in the shade Translucent, but the brightening effect comes across as like a really light pink, and it really does brighten my skin. I love this particular powder not for setting like the finished look of makeup, but for setting over top of primer. When I want to do bulletproof makeup and make sure that it stays all day, I set my primer before I apply my foundation, and this is what I use for that. I also have the oh so raved about RCMA powder. However, mine is the translucent powder rather than the no color powder. I'm not sure if there's much of a difference at all, to be honest with you. There might be a hint of like skin tone pigment in here. I don't know, but it really does come across translucent. This is my absolute favorite for setting the under eyes. It is completely undetectable, and it's perfect if you want to try something like baking. I have three other powders here. One is by Wet n Wild. This is another newer purchase that I'm just feeling so about. I have the Photo Focus Press Powder in Warm Light. It's a really soft and silky powder. And I think why I dislike that, and maybe this one as well, I don't dislike them, they are nice, but they just don't give me like hardly any additional coverage. I kind of like that out of a powder. Or they don't keep the oil from breaking through. So if you're looking for a powder that mattifies, these will do it, but they won't last. You know what I mean? Like, it will instantly mattify, but it's not gonna really last. So it makes your skin look super flawless, but for me that finish doesn't last, and so it's not completely worth it. I'm not sure if either of those would be a repurchase, but I do plan to probably use them up. Another one I'm using up is this NYX HD finishing powder. I've been using it up forever because I keep buying new powders, but this is in the banana shade. I'm no longer purchasing from NYX, so once this is gone, I will not repurchase, but this is a beautiful under eye setting powder. It's so silky soft, and the banana shade really does help brighten. And last but not least, my absolute favorite powder is from Physicians Formula. I hate their packaging. I wish they would change this bulky packaging they have for their powder products and maybe make it something that's more sleek and heavy duty like this. But that aside, the product itself is incredible. This is the Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Face Powder, and I have mine in translucent. You can get it in other shades as well that have more coverage, but even translucent I find gives me just a little extra notch of coverage while just perfecting everything on my skin. It makes everything look smooth, it mattifies, and that mattifying lasts. All right, you guys, so we have gone through all of the face care sort of products, the foundation, primer, powders. We're gonna go through the bronzers, blushes, and highlights in the next video, so stay tuned for that. One last thing I really wanted to mention though, I have this sitting out on my desk because I just made an order from ColourPop. I had recently picked up 4 shades from them of their new pressed pigments, and I liked them so well that I decided to order more while they were having a sale. So I picked up these 6 and I am so pleased with how this complete palette turned out. I love the color range and the pops of color, so I'm really excited to do some looks with this, and I just had to mention it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will catch you next time. Bye.